Hello, Brick Sculptors, and welcome back to Brick Sculpt. This is Chris, and it is time. It is time to wrap up the October challenge. Happy Halloween, and by the end of today, we're going to stop accepting submissions. I have already gotten so many awesome submissions. I cannot wait to share with you guys, both through the Discord server and through email. I've got a lot of cool stuff to share. So here's how this is going to go down. First of all, in front of you, I have the original set, the Rocky River Retreat. And of course, we're doing the Rocky River Reboot Challenge, where we do a modern spin on this wonderful old set. And today, I'm going to show you mine. Now, if you know me, I'm not big on studio builds, so mine is a real Lego build, and I'm going to show it to you here in just a minute. But before I do that, I want to talk about the layout of how the next few days are going to go. Today, I'm going to reveal my build. By the end of today at midnight, I'm going to stop accepting entries. I'm going to take all the entries I have, I'm going to put them together in a video. I'm going to give myself one day to do that. So on Friday, we're going to introduce the November challenge. Yes, that's right. We're going to have a new one for next month. This seemed to be really popular. I got a lot of awesome feedback and a lot of awesome entries already that we're going to roll right into another one of these, and hopefully you guys have just as much fun with that one as you did with this one. And then after that, on Saturday, I'm going to put out a video of all of the entries. So stay tuned for those future videos, and let's go ahead and take a look at my build. All right, everyone, here we go. This is my Rocky River Reboot, and I spent quite a few hours working on this, and I'm pretty happy with how it came out. I love the elements I incorporated here. There were a few sections I wish I could have spent a little bit more time on, but overall, I'm quite satisfied with this build, and I'd be real curious to see what you guys think as well. Now, of course, in previous videos, I already showed you my new family truckster. I had a few people ask why the kayak's not upside down. Well, the bottom of these Lego kayaks is really ugly, so I did it right side up. And of course, we already showed our ultimate Lego campfire, so that's incorporated here in the build as well. I took a lot of elements from the original build, and I'm going to point some of those out here as I go through it. Now, I wanted to tie as much of the original build in as possible, so I had to put a horse in it, and it was a lot of fun sinking the horse's feet down in the water. And speaking of the water, I had a lot of fun texturing this. So I did add a little bit of rapids here under the bridge with some clear cheese slope pieces to give it a little texture and a little height. And then underneath all these water tiles, I have just an array of small parts. I'm going to show a picture right here of what that looks like underneath that water. And that took some serious time, and just scattering out little 1x1s in round and curved and 1x2s in all different colors to get the right texture to look like a rocky riverbed. As an homage to the original set, I put a very small little strip of land in the middle of the stream here, and of course some rocks to hop across with a path on both sides to lead across them. Over the campfire, instead of the steak like you see in the original build, I put a little fried egg here on a frying pan, and a little drink with a stump to sit on. Now I've got this lady up here on this old stone stairway, and I tried to give this a good textured look, mixing up a whole bunch of pieces here to look like an old brick wall, and some damage on the stairs here. Now this bridge was especially fun to make and quite challenging. I used a bunch of different pieces on this. The top pieces are these ropes with the little bar pieces integrated, and the bottom piece is a piece I actually didn't know existed until I ordered it. I actually thought it was a different type of this rope, but it's actually a full solid piece, and it's like a rubber type material all the way through it, but it's shaped just like these ropes. And it made for a really nice rigid bridge. And then I connected it with these 1x5 rounded plates and some little clips here, and then droid arms to connect the upper rope to the lower portion. And at the top, I just mixed a whole bunch of different boards, trying to make it look like old wood that was put on there. Some had different paint and stain and different degrees of weathering on it. And I think it turned out really nice. On the other side, one of my biggest complaints with the original set was that when you crossed the bridge, it took you to the top of a hill, and there was no way to get down to the house itself or the cabin. So I decided to make a stairway down the front of the mountain and then have the mountain in the back. Just like the original set, I wanted to include 4 trees, so I have varying sizes of trees. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 2 of them up on the hill there. This one has a root coming right across the path, which I think turned out really cool. And again, I've got some stone wear issues in this side of the pathway as well, leading to our cabin. These fern pieces tied in absolutely awesome. I've got them throughout the build, just in various places. I absolutely love that new piece, and I think that they are really accurate to what you'd see in a wooded setting. The trees that I built for this were something that were kind of a spin-off of what I've done in the past. I thought about using kind of my ultimate pine tree build, but they were too big and bulky, and it would cover the majority of what you see in the scene. So these are a little bit more thin and linear. They kind of look like cedar trees, and I think it gives it a good look with covering just the right amount, but not too much. As for the cabin, I built the outside with snot technique, using snot pieces and sand green tiles on the outside. The windows and the door don't really match. Those windows didn't come in brown, and I didn't feel like ordering anything else, so I put black in there. But if you're building kind of a fishing or mining cabin out in the woods, it's probably going to be a little mismatched. So I think it's pretty accurate. One of my favorite techniques to do with water, and it is kind of illegal because they just sit there, but these green flame pieces came back in the day used as seaweed in the underwater submarine sets. And if you just set them on top of water, they look like seaweed that's being pulled downstream. So I threw a couple of those in there as well. I also like to take various branches and put them on the sides of the creek. And I just use little brown flower pieces and stick them in like they've washed downstream. I did include a little pump over here, nothing too crazy, and a little barrel to hold water. Again, that was in the original set, so I wanted to kind of pick up on as much of the original set as possible. Lots of plant work in here, and I mixed a few flowers in as well as some unique colors to kind of give it some pop. And then as we go on to the back, I do wish I would have had a little bit more time to spend in the interior. I could have added some more detail in here, but I did put in a small fireplace, a little easy chair to relax in, and a countertop here. And then, of course, I had the little mine. And because the original set is known for having the big ugly rock piece, I did incorporate the big ugly rock piece and make this the mine in the back. But I did cover that big ugly rock piece in lots of detail, so you can hardly even tell that that's what it is. I covered it in cheese slopes and all kinds of slopes and bricks, so it doesn't even look like a big ugly rock piece anymore. One of my favorite ways to build mountains, because they are a great starter to build off of and make a really detailed mountain. The roof I played with for a while. I didn't like a lot of my designs, and then I decided to kind of go with the sheet metal corrugated roof, and I think it turned out pretty good. Well guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I can't wait to see the rest of your builds and get them all posted up in a video and see what you guys think, and then we will go ahead and pick out our favorites. Well, that's all I got for this time. If you like this video, please like and subscribe because I'm going to do more just like this in the future, and we will see you next time.